r/AskReddit, what is the dumbest reason why someone at your workplace got fired? He pantsed a guy in the middle of the office. Literally pulled a coworker's pants down in front of the full office. Underpants came along for the ride. The pantser was fired. The pantsy was off work for 6 weeks due to distress. Pantsy is an excellent word. Holy shit, I'd need 6 weeks off too after that. This shit wasn't funny in high school, it isn't in the workplace. Did a minor safety infraction 10 minutes into the job, I pointed it out. He stormed off saying nobody tells me what to do. There are too many people in workplaces like this. Man, that guy must have had a tough time in preschool too. And GT, nobody tells me what to do. That's what being employed is, my guy. They thought there was 10 inches in a foot, and did a bunch of overheight trucking permits wrong. Example, riding 13.6 feet at 13 feet 6 inches, and ended up delaying the shipment of a crane for a critical construction job which got the entire trucking company blacklisted. Guy tried to hit on the girl that helped us clean up after closing time by inviting her to the back for some fun times, just me and you baby. Girl was 15 years old and the daughter of the owner. Who writes anything in decimal feet anyway? He just didn't log into work. It was a remote job, he was new, we weren't expecting a lot of him. But he wouldn't log in or respond to Teams messages asking how he was doing in an entire day. Honestly pretty stupid, like, you don't even have to _go_ to work. We had a pharmacist that was working from home do like 2 prescription verifications an hour. They were expected to do around 200 in a day. She lasted a week. Had a friend call in for him. Mike got run over by a car, he's dead. The next day when I fired him he demanded his last check. I told him we would send it to the next of kin. What the fuck was his game plan here? Like, what are you supposed to gain from that excuse for missing work? Sounds like his friend was supposed to call in a fake injury and try to be funny instead. Some friend. I don't think Mike's friend really thought that one through. This one made me snort. Smelled a stool a woman had been sitting on in front of a room full of people like it was a fine and normal thing to do. I had to read that twice. When you said stool my brain went to fucking Austin Powers talking about it tastes a bit nutty. Smelling the stool is Pepe Le Pew level weird. Lucky he only got fired for making a video game about the job. Link. The best part of the game is that there is only one single path to not getting fired, and the guy who made the game in fact, was fired. He pretty much was saying the job was almost impossible to not be fired from, and he went on to prove it by being fired for the silliest reason imaginable. If I got fired for this, I'd never STF you about it. Everyone I meet would know. Drunk driving their company service vehicle over 100 miles per hour at 1:30 a.m. from a bar. Video showed them weaving all over the place. Thank goodness they didn't kill someone. Smoked weed before work, got on an airport tug towing a brand new piece of equipment, and smashed into the engine of an airplane. Some people shouldn't smoke weed at work. Years ago I worked at a movie theater that had a coffee bar inside. On Thanksgiving one year, a guy working the coffee bar got himself a serving of whipped cream to eat with the Thanksgiving meal we provided for everyone. He was suspended immediately for theft, then fired. That seems like a pretty harmless thing to get fired for. I just heard that a guy at my company was fired on the spot when he was caught with a stack of other employees' badges. He was badging each one in at the door so the other people didn't have to come into the office that day. What about the employees that gave him their badges? New office assistant was asked to drop some laptops off at FedEx to be shipped. Come to find out she literally just walked in, saw the line was too long and just left them on the counter. She expected FedEx to know what to do with them. We have no idea what happened to them. They decided to keep her, which was a mistake because she ended up emailing all of our competitors' highly sensitive information by mistake. I feel like firing the one employee who is actually coming into work and on time was not the cash money move there. I was at a summer camp and 2 teenage boys, like 16 years old, got into a fight. A slightly older, female, camp counselor, maybe 19 or 20 years old, ran to get help breaking up the fight. She was pretty small, the guys were pretty big. She got fired because she left the kids unattended for maybe 45 seconds while she went to get help. Called in and said he was going to be late because he had a job interview at another company. I once had to call my boss and let him know I was going to be late due to a job interview. To be fair though, he was the one telling me to apply for other jobs. We have a machine shop and had just hired a new machinist. On his second day, he stole a bar of metal at the end of his shift. When confronted about it, he said he sold it for scrap. The scrap value of the bar was less than he made per hour. Typical in the trades. Guy probably had a drug issue and stole stuff from every worksite. Dude I knew in the army was supposed to go on leave for a month, so he got high that weekend, but his flight got cancelled. Monday morning there was a mandatory drug test and he popped hot. A male co-worker hid under a co-worker's desk first thing in the morning. Unfortunately for him, he didn't realize a desk swap had happened the day before. Woman sits down on the chair, and that's when he chose to scare her. She injured her abdominal area on the underside of the desk because she was 7 months pregnant. She moved to that desk to be closer to the washrooms. Instead, she went on sick leave for the rest of her pregnancy because of the resulting injury/trauma. Called his Jewish Holocaust survivor boss a Nazi. To his face. Not actually a dumb reason to be fired, but an incredibly dumb thing to do. She had a heated disagreement with a co-worker whose mother was a VP. Apparently, there were other reasons but everyone knew the catalyst to termination was the argument. How on earth did she oops I accidentally committed corporate espionage. Deleted. An hour late every day? I thought you were going to say like 5 to 10 minutes. He was caught wearing a patient's underwear. Patient's name was on the waistband, someone saw when he bent over. Worked at a grocery store for my first job. Friend got fired for not taping his receipt to his bottle of water he kept at his register. Manager said, it sends the message to customers that employees get free products. Luckily the manager herself was also fired not long after that for being all around shitty and our new manager was crazy awesome. As a grocery store customer, I could care less if the cashiers get free bottles of water. In fact I think that would be a good thing. I worked at Dollar General. Pretty hard to get fired there. My co-worker got caught selling crack to customers. They just nicely asked him not to anymore. Half my co-workers were drunk or high. If you get fired from Dollar General, you really fucked up. Please stop selling crack to the customers. Fine. A friend's co-worker got fired for paying prostitutes with the company's credit card. Wait, prostitutes take cards now/s. Hello everyone. Thanks for sticking to the end of this video. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to humbly ask you to subscribe to the channel. According to my statistics, 100% of my viewers in the past 28 days are not subscribed. I have always wanted this channel to reach 1000 subscribers, and if you want to support and be a part of that, subscribe. It's free and it's an awesome way to support the channel. Thanks again. Reddit glitch out.